Coming up on Look Today, the Heroin and Fentanyl Awareness Seminar took place today in Saratoga. I've got details. And ceremonies took place to honor the memory of State Trooper Timothy Pratt. More on that coming up. And an agency in Saratoga County continues to provide services for our veterans. I've got details. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Carrie Werner. She's a Democrat candidate for the 113th Assembly District. She's here to talk about her work as the incumbent Assemblywoman in part two of our exclusive interview with her. I also sit down with Frank McClement. He's the director of the Saratoga County Veterans Service Agency. He's here to talk about the agency's upcoming fundraising event, Revolutionary Run, that's happening November 4th. Plus, we've got snow for the Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. In our lead story, the Heroin and Fentanyl Awareness Seminar took place today at the Saratoga City Center. All parts of the community rallied together to spread awareness for the opioid epidemic. Now, the seminar was a joint collaboration between the DEA Albany District Office and the Saratoga Springs Police Department. Well, we were at the event, and we spoke to Lieutenant Gilson of the Saratoga Springs Police Department.
We talk about how the approach to combating this problem is a unified approach, and it's not just the cops on the street, but it's the social workers, it's the therapists, it's the school officials that can identify somebody, and they're all represented in that room today because we're all part of the solution.
You know, in the months that we've been covering this topic and the officials that we've spoken to, it's really become clear that the first step is being aware of the symptoms and connecting to the individual person. Now, regardless of social status, environment, or job occupation, heroin and fentanyl can affect anyone at any time. Therefore, the community must work together. Well, we spoke to David Zahn. He's the Assistant Special Agent in charge for the DEA in Albany.
There's not a community, there's not a social class that isn't affected by opiate use, by heroin. Approximately 78 people die each day because of heroin and opiate overuse and overdoses. So it's important that we educate the community and help them to prevent possible overdose deaths. Education is a wonderful thing. If we can save a life through a symposium like this, we've done a great job, and we've got a lot more to do.
In other news, well, you know, it's not every day that we get to thank our heroes, the heroes in our community. They perform for us in ways that a lot of people don't even recognize, especially police officers, when they have to do the work that puts their lives on the line every single day. Well, State Trooper Timothy Pratt passed away early Wednesday morning when he was hit by an oncoming car as he was assisting the driver of a tractor trailer. This happened in Wilton. Now, throughout yesterday, police officers as well as the community gathered to honor his memory, many people turning up at the places that he frequently traveled. Well, we want to send our condolences to his family and his friends, and I'll be talking more about this in the Lookout tonight. Switching from news to weather, well, we've got snow. It's sticking to the ground, and it's October. The temperatures are in the low 30s. Winter is here. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, the effort to provide veterans with the services they need is an ongoing challenge. The Saratoga County Veterans Service Agency provides help to over 18,000 veterans in our community, and they help them by filing for benefits, which include disability compensation, could be pensions, health care, education, and job training. Well, the Revolutionary Run of Veterans is happening at the Fort Hardy Park in Schuylerville on November 5th. The run will benefit the services that the agency provides. We spoke to Frank McClement. He's a director of the agency.
It's a great event. It's grown every year. We're working with the Veterans Business Council, the Saratoga Chamber. We've got some great sponsors, and we're all coming together to support veterans in Saratoga County with all types of needs. Funds are raised go to the Veterans Trust Fund at Saratoga County, and we utilize those funds 100% to local veterans for their welfare and well-being.
I also sit down with Frank later on in the program to discuss this topic and the fundraising event in further detail. Up next, I sit down with Carrie Werner. She's a Democrat candidate for the 113th Assembly District. She's here to talk about her work as the incumbent Assemblywoman in part 2 of our exclusive interview with her. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? And you can call us on our hotline, 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Tonight's lookout goes to you, the community. Quick story. Yesterday afternoon, I had to go down and visit someone at exit 11. On the way back on the Northway, as I'm passing under the overpass, I noticed the fire departments are there, and I thought to myself, oh, that's an accident. That's terrible. I continued up, and in the turnaround area, a bunch of state trooper cars. I hit the next overpass, fire trucks, the next one, fire trucks, all the way up to exit 17, and every turnoff area, police cars. So I called my friend at Saratoga Police Department to find out what was going on, and he said it was a spontaneous tribute to Timothy Pratt. You know, we live in a time when you turn on the news, and all you hear about is everybody yelling, everybody in anger, and all kinds of stuff. And then you see the community come out like this spontaneously to honor a police officer that's killed. So I just thought that was really amazing. Tonight on Look TV, it's sold. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.